just never took it before. It's called Wither and Bloom, and I'm just very excited for it.
Just so you guys know, we
took a
are
wild
live, and
one.
because I am editing screens, they can actually even see us for a couple minutes
Oh,
until
hello.
I get these screens edited, and then
Hello.
we'll see from there.
hey.
Oh, this screen.
Back. Yes, I love how like I went to go type in chat and it still wanted me to read the rules. Like I haven't been, a subscriber for months and months, and yeah, it utterly fantastic.
Why did it make you read the rules again?
I have no idea. Maybe because it thinks I'm a bad person.
First, still first, so first. The firstest of first. Yes, Pat
The
draws.
first is actually the fistest of first.
Yes. That's great.
Let me put on my virtual background.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Let me
good
make
mind.
sure I'm at the circus. There we go.
Oh, you are more than just at the circus, my friend.
I am the circus.
I am the circus.
All right. Well, I suppose, although Skylar just left, we know that we are waiting on Ryder.
Ryder?
It's a Ryder. So we may as well hop right into it and, hey, Cardman, get the show going.
Get this show on the road.
That's funny. Okay, so let's go back to edit document and zoom me in. And let's go ahead and
You pulling up your notes?
post. Oh yeah, I've already got them up. I usually type it up about 3 o'clock.
All right. Well, we've done a recap for the last few sessions. So you guys want to do recaps, like character introductions, or just the recap and hop into it?
I feel like we can probably just do the recap.
Although,
Yes.
if our characters have changed or leveled up, then that
we should
might
do
be
that.
Oh, true.
That might matter.
Yes, let's do that. So, Katie, being the one to give the moment of absolute wisdom, what have you done? So, have you leveled up?
Yes.
What
Cricket
level
is now level 5.
All right.
Woohoo!
And what have you gained?
Oh boy. Well, druids don't really gain any extra feats or anything like that at level 5. So, I got some cool stuff at level 4 I haven't used yet. So, we'll still get to hopefully see that at some point. But I did get access to level 3 spells now, so that was very fun to look through all the fun things that Cricket can do now with her ultimate druid wisdom. Maybe partially in thanks to her mom's journal as well.
And Cricket, I mean, druids aren't limited to like a select, right? You have access to the full thing.
There are still only some spells that are like druids don't have access to every single spell.
Well, I mean the druid spells. You have access to all druid spells?
Yeah. Like I don't have to pick a specific like path or something. Yeah.
That's nice. That's awesome. All right. Let's go with Taylor. What?
Hello,
have you leveled
everybody. I have leveled up. Jubilee is still a... Huh?
Sorry. Cricket. You want to roll your HP?
Oh, yes. I do.
I forgot about that. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been a while. Let's see what my hit dice is. I think it's D8. Oh gosh, guys, I'm not normal. I normally use the app on my phone, but I'm doing it on the computer today.
Druids, I think, are D8, right?
I think it's a D8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bonner's saying yes.
A 4.
A 4. And your constitution is a what?
My constitution is +3.
All right. So +7. Nice. Now, Taylor.
Hello again. Jubilee is still a a reborn warlock. I'm now level 5, so that's really fun. I took a really wild spell. I don't know how useful it's going to be and how severe the chaos is going to be, but it's gonna be fun.
What spell did you take?
I took Summon Shadow Spawn.
Ooh, interesting. And go ahead and roll your HP.
Warlock's HP are what, a D6?
Like a D2.
Oh, I think it's a D. Oh, my hit dice are a D8. So if I leveled myself up in D&D Beyond, which automatically gave me my
use the fixed
increased
one?
HP. Yeah.
Ooh, rigid.
So do you need me to roll, or you want me to just?
You're good.
Because
If
I'm
you use
at
the fixed, you're
38
fine.
whole HP now.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I feel like fixed is normally like average, but if you roll, you can get above
Higher,
average.
yeah.
What's your HP, Cricket?
I'm at 42.
42. Okay. Raja. What level are you? Did you level up?
Yeah. Raja's level 6 now. Put a level 5 rogue. Level 1 fighter.
So you multi-classed into fighter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
So as of right now, the only thing that's really changed is I have blind fighting. So I have blind sight within 10 feet. And I also have medium armor and shield proficiency now.
Nice.
So I can wear heavier stuff than leather.
And that takes us to Vantalord. Did you level up?
Yes, I did. I'm a level 6 dwarf paladin. I took on a healing spell, Circle of Prayer, that allows me to heal up to 6 people within a 30-foot radius of 2d8 plus
Ooh.
my spellcasting modifier. So, yeah, and I had a d10 for my roll. Please roll good.
Oh, I forgot
The
to
last
ask
few
that to
times.
Go ahead. We'll come back to Skylar.
And I rolled a 9 on the dice. That makes me so happy. The last few times I rolled like a 5 and a 6. It was
Ugh.
bad.
What's your total HP now?
So this is your 34 plus 9 makes it 43 plus 6 from Dwarven toughness. I have a total HP of 49.
49, okay. And Raja, roll for you. I don't think you rolled yet for your HP, correct?
No, I didn't.
Okay, go ahead and roll. And for fighter, I believe it's a D10.
Yeah. And then plus constitution plus 9.
Total of plus 9,
Ooh.
nice. What is your total HP now?
50.
So we're sitting between like 38 and 50 for everyone.
Wait, also, I'm so curious. How do you have a +9 to Constitution?
No, he got it.
Oh,
No, I have a plus
plus
1.
what you have. Sorry, I just only heard +9.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
That would've been
Oh my
awesome.
gosh. Yeah, right? Beefiest person ever.
The beefiest.
They'll be first. All right. Tom, how about you take us into that recap?
Okay then. So last session we had a lot of RP just because we cut it short. We had a couple people missing. So this is gonna be really quick. We learned that when the people are in the gems that they can see us, but it's like they're seeing us through a kaleidoscope and we can see them clear. However, we can't hear them, but they can hear us, but in a very echoey, distorted way. We also learned that in order for someone to be released from the gems, it appears that we actually have to break the gem. While they were working on getting the gems off the wall, Vantalord decided to go solo down the dungeon just to do some exploring. But he said he would be within yelling and earshot. He found a large nest, a room with some skeletons, some growth, and a few additional rooms past it. And finally, when he came back, Cricket had all the gems off the wall. She wanted to make up a cover or something to keep from the rest of the team getting sucked into the gems, unless we wanted to be. Which, of course, Vantalord ran back to the area with the skeletons, tore some cloth off of them, and saw, or at least heard something really large moving, and booked it back as fast as possible. And finally, the group decided to start opening the chests around the room with the were-rats, where we found some gold, some potions, some magic items, some weapons. All in all, some good stuff, with only Rihu and Raja left to open up their chests. And it's worth noting, in Cricket's chest, she got a book full of druid stuff, like 28 pages long. It is ridiculous. So, ta-da.
Not just any druid, her mom's journal.
Yep.
That is correct. And thank you, Mega Rapidash, for your sub. And so let's kick it off. So you are all still in this room. You have these individuals that have been stuck here for some time. And as Vantalord had said, some exploring has happened within this room as well. Some items have been acquired, and some other unknown items have also. And just in time is Ryder. Vantalord, if you want to kill the other camera, I will let Ryder in and reorganize all the frames. And from there, we are like halfway through this entire place. Ryder missed a whole lot of information. Like, you guys are already at the very end. You're almost about to leave the...
I don't know why I thought that you were going to say that we're like halfway through this session, and I was like, but what? We just started.
Essentially, that is what he was saying.
Yeah, like he missed
Yeah.
so much. Yeah. And I will get these fixed. You guys can go ahead and kick it off. You're here. You just had a long rest, and
If I recall, somebody did not open their chest. Maybe Rihu?
2 people. Yep, Rihu and Raja.
Okay.
Correct.
And Rihu, did you level up?
I did not. I am very close, but no.
All right, you're still 5th level?
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, everyone else did level up. There's 2 level 6, 2 level 5s, and you.
You know, if you would have given me like 200 more XP, we would have made it, but...
Oh, that's brutal. 7
What
sessions
he's saying
later.
is everybody vote for him for stream MVP.
Okay, go ahead, kick it off. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I'll open my chest, I suppose. If everybody else, except for me and Rihu, have.
Yep, I'll go right after you.
It blows up in your face. But first,
Yes.
you open up the chest in front of you. There's multiple chests in here. They have, in very much rat fashion, things that they found, little trinkets, this, that they pulled together. You guys do see a lot of other items also, but they're also not unintelligent, right? They are still humans. So they do recognize that there are values in a lot of these items. Even last time, one of them made the comment that, like, the healing potions don't do any good because they heal them, but they don't nourish them, right? And so they just store these things away. Sometimes they're useful, a lot of times they're not. But they very much have that hoarding tendency. So Raja, in the chest in front of you, go ahead and roll a d4. 2. And then go ahead and roll a d12.
12.
12, alright. So you find in yours a couple different items. First, you do find a small leather pouch. Looks like there are 25 silver pieces in there. You know, the key is to just say a really big number, like 200 copper pieces, right? You also find next to that pouch,
You said 25?
25 silver, yep. You also find a ring in there as well.
Okay. Give me.
And then there's something that takes up a lot more space. Rain. This is Skylar. Inside there, you also find a upper piece of armor. Looking at this armor, it carries a lot of the elemental features that you've been experiencing as you pass through this place. The armor on top is very dark.
Like a breastplate.
As you look at it, because it doesn't look initially like initially it looks broken. As you pick it up, you actually see that it has attachments to it, or ways to attach a front and a back, almost like a shell, like a breastplate and a back piece, right? And you see that it fits very seamlessly together, and it's almost rock-like in texture. Very dark, almost obsidian looking, with a flatness that rolls down into the chest, as well as then it goes down into abdomen into the waist area. As it goes down, you see that this rock texture, this very obsidian looking rock texture, fades into a not a glowing, but almost a red lava texture look to it. You lift it up and it's very light. You give it a good tap and it's hardier than your leather armor, and it seemingly is a very efficient or very good elemental type armor.
Okay. What color is the ring?
The ring is silver.
I think that. Okay, then I'll put that on right now.
Okay.
We're in the wrong spots also. Just saying.
Oh
I
yes,
think,
that's right,
unless-
because Ryder came in.
And then I might as well
I'm
switch out the
also-
armor if you said
I'm-
it sounds stronger.
I'm just not on
Okay,
stream, so I'm living. You guys don't. How many fingers am I holding up? Nobody knows.
One
Only
second.
the Zoom does.
17.
Only the Zoom.
Do you have like a beard filter on or something? Because
I
like
did not.
That's what I was about to say.
it's
Yes, you
like
do.
it's like going away. And it's
No,
like
he
you're like
definitely does. He totally has a goatee filter on.
I made it 20 minutes without anyone noticing.
Wow,
Hey,
you know
I've
what?
only-
The
I've only
color
been here-
is so accurate that I genuinely thought that it was yours until it started like flickering in and out.
I've only been here like 2 minutes, so let's be fair.
You've known me a long
He
time.
wanted to be like me and actually have a decent goatee.
Yeah, I'll never.
I'm gonna put
ever.
one on too.
Too busy to fix that now, but I wanted to see how long it would take you guys. So, yes, Skylar, Raja, you do put that armor on, and you find that it fits you very well. It almost tightens to your body, not constricting, but you find that it's very flexible. It's easy to move in this armor, and it would be your. It puts you at 17 for your AC. I think that's your Dex plus 3, but whatever. It puts you at 17. It is. You find that it is a bit harder. It is a bit.
My dex plus 3.
Yeah, I said that wrong, but it
Is
puts you
6.
it puts your AC at 17.
Okay.
Is ultimately what I'm trying to say. Rihu.
Let's do this.
There we go. Okay. And inside that chest, that's all you find: the ring, the silver, and that armor piece for you. There is a slight warmth also, Raja, to this armor. It's a very comforting type of warmth. You feel it as soon as you put it on, and it just resonates with your being.
Okay.
Rihu, you said you wanted to open yours?
Yes, sir.
All right. Rihu, Jubilee, Raja, Randall. There you go. So you open yours. Go ahead. Likewise, roll a d4.
A 2.
A toe. Go ahead and roll a d12. Okay. Inside this chest, you find a couple things. One of them, you find a cloak inside of yours. When you see it in there, it's just plain brown cloak. As you pick it up and move it around, you see very subtle shimmers that go through it. So that's, you find the cloak. Additionally, you find a couple more items in there. Inside there, you also find a pair of boots. These boots, they look like they're, when you feel them, they feel like they're made of some kind of leather. As you look at the design, though, it looks like they're composed of hundreds of leaves.
Cubes.
You also find a amulet in there in the shape of a heart.
You said the cloak was brown.
Yep, a brown cloak.
Boots that look like they're made out of leaves.
Yep. They're sturdy, they're strong, they're like a hard leather substance. But the design on the outside looks like leaves.
And then the amulet was heart-shaped.
Yes.
Anything special about the amulet as I look at it?
There is in the center of it, it's almost like a red gem or a ruby, and there's a faint but steady glow inside of it.
Okay. Well, I will put the boots and the cloak on right now.
Okay. The boots, they almost are too small. As you stick your foot in it, it's almost like a swollen foot going into a small shoe. But as you press your foot into it, the boot actually opens up and forms around your foot, and they fit very, very perfectly.
Oh, very nice.
As you begin to walk in them, you notice that you're a lot quieter than you used to be.
I got sneaky boots.
And Jubilee's got a sneaky dagger.
All right.
We can
But she
trade. We can share.
Wait a second though. Do you remember the sneaky dagger that I gave you?
No.
Oh,
You also don't remember
She-
giving it to her.
I know. Oh.
Oh
Anything-
no, I just have a dagger.
Does anything happen when I put on the cloak?
No, you put it on. I mean, it fits well. You feel like you just drank your special water, but at this time, it
Okay.
feels like a good cloak.
And just because it's easier to make sure I don't lose it, I'm just gonna put the amulet on around my neck, just to, just it makes the most logical sense for me.
Okay, awesome. And I believe, Cricket, you found rings?
I did, yeah. I just went back to look at exactly what I had. Yeah, 3 rings in mine.
And you just,
I don't know if I think we got so focused on the journal that I didn't actually
do
look
anything.
at the rings. So so I don't know if you can tell me anything else, like what color they are, what they look like, or what metal they are.
Yeah, one of the rings, it is very, you look at it, it's clear, almost looks like glass. And when you tap it, it feels like when you tap your finger on it, it doesn't sound like glass. It feels like metal, but it has a translucent look to it, like it's glass. The other 2 rings that you found, one is like an obsidian look to it, just black. It almost even feels, and for you, you know this, it is made of obsidian. It's a rock ring. And then the other ring that you found, on that one, you actually see a pair of pine trees. That ring itself is wood, and in looking at the grains, you see that it's actually made from a pine tree. And that's that one.
Do I recognize, just to confirm that it looks like the Clan of Whispering Pines symbol? Okay. Does anybody here know how to like magically focus on something and maybe figure out if there's special properties of it? I'm asking the group.
No.
Great.
I do know how to shoot things a lot.
We are lacking on magic identifiers in this group.
I unfortunately take spells that Jubilee would absolutely have, and none of them are smart.
I mean, there's always the tried and true, just learn by just using it and putting it on, I guess we could do. Like that mask that you found, Vantalord.
I was just thinking that.
One of the elders in the room speaks up. Sorry, I had something. Sorry, if I could get out of here, I'd be a lot better. So I am way too weak at this moment to be able to help you with all of it. But if there is one, sorry, just one second. I got this horrible cough. But if there's one item that you would like to understand more about, I could help you with that one, but I don't think I could focus on much more than that.
Is there something that, like, of all the things that we really want to know what it does?
I'm just over in the corner, like sliding around, going, I think I figured out my sneaky boots.
I feel like we can figure out what yours do without having to do anything more. How about that armor that you got, Raja? Do you feel like you understand it?
It's gonna protect me. I feel like
I sure would hope so.
I feel
Rock
like we
on.
should. Is there any way that we can see to identify even what is magic? Because there's so many rings here. And
That's true. Oh,
other
I can
items.
do that. Actually, I think Jubilee can do it too.
Okay. 'Cause
I don't know if she's
I don't
still
even know
can.
what is magic and what's not.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, some of this just might be a real fancy ring.
Ooh, when you all take a look through that, take a peek at my amulet to tell me if it's magic or not.
Sure. I'll cast Detect Magic.
I think I also have it at.
It's from your
Oh, I have
soulmate,
it.
right?
Yeah,
I did
I
it.
have it at will all the time. So if you
Oh.
want me to I can do it without casting a spell slot.
How can you do it without casting a spell slot? Well, you can do it then for sure.
Detect all the magic all the time.
Okay. So Jubilee, you guys kind of crickets taken back, like you cast.
I'm gonna stop focusing on that prayer every night for now.
You detect magic, and within the room, you see like stars sprinkling throughout the room, or glitter everywhere, kind of effect, right? So the potions that were picked up, probably already known, those are magical. Pretty common healing-based potions, but you do find some emanating of magic from them. Then, as you look at Raja, his coins are coins. His armor does radiate of magic.
Oh, fun.
And then also the ring that he put on emanates magic. For Rihu, his boots, his cloak, and his ring, or his amulet, I mean, all emanate some magic. For Cricket, the translucent ring emanates magic. Jubilee, your cloak emanates magic. Am I missing anything? I think I got everything.
Other than my mask.
The mask
but...
emanates magic, as you guys already know.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I see it, I would just relay all of this to everybody.
And then any other magic items you guys already had, any other potions or any other items you already had would emanate magic.
When she doesn't say that the wooden pine tree, like Clan of Whispering Pines ring, is not magic, or like when she doesn't call that out as being magical, I'm gonna put it on.
Okay.
I'm also going to break that last contract that I have.
Oh, by the way, you all took a long rest, didn't you?
We did.
Yep.
That is right. Thank you for the reminder.
Is Vantalar just glowing with demonic darkness around him now?
I have been for a while, that tainted aura.
That tainted aura. Yeah, tainted love went through my head just now. Anyways, as you pull out the contract, the mirror, and the ring, in preparation to do this, as all of this is going on, you could swear that last night you had no dream. You finally felt a moment of peace. As you go to break this contract, it's like a memory that came to surface, a dream that you had that you forgot. With a strong command, a strong presence and command, you hear, yes, yes. Finally, take your place. Take your place and protect. Take the pedestal. You hear another equally commanding voice, but different. Although not one of words, it is one that resonates inside of you. And it feels like a dueling strength with the other one. You get the vision of the curtain being ripped, a shadowy feminine feature and a flying creature as they collide, and everything goes black. And in front of you is the scroll, the mirror, you're already identifying where that spot is, and your hand ready to press against the contract, knowing that as soon as you break this contract, this person is free from that devilish bond. As the rest of you stand around, as you're collecting, you're putting on your items, and you look over and you see Vantalord in this motion.
Vantalord, are you alright?
I just have this last contract. We've been carrying it around. I finally had a good night's sleep last night, so whatever's bothering me must have just passed.
Just break it and be done with it.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. As he says that, I just press the ring up against it.
Okay. This contract belongs to... Can I? It's the knife thrower at the circus. And so you break this contract in the same familiar sequence of events. The contract almost burns over, turning into an ash, exploding into a vaporous dust, being sucked into the ring. the marking around your wrist and the ring like connect in a line. So now you got this line going down to your wrist with the ring around your wrist.
Is my hand still clenched?
No,
Or is
the
it
hand that's clenched
finally
is the one with
released?
the ring, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the hand releases, you feel a loosening in that hand and a strengthening in that hand. And you feel a sense of power in that hand that is different than this refreshing surge of power you just gained. The ability to cast a prayer of healing over people, almost like a contrasting between yourself, between your halves, between your right and your left.
So almost like a feeling a contrast between the two sides of my body. Okay.
What do you all do?
I suppose we should probably move on through this.
I don't know
maze
that you guys want to
area.
move, do you? You with the
Well, we don't
armor.
want to stay here.
If you find an exit, will you tell us?
Yes, we will. But if we stay here, we'll run out of food even quicker, and then have to start eating one another. And
Yeah, it's as much as we appreciate your hospitality for letting us rest up here and recharge. Our end goal is to try and figure out a way for all of us to get out of here, since it seems like we're all trapped here.
I'm just gonna ask this old man really quickly. By the way, do you know where this is? Where are we?
Yeah, we have. Another one speaks up. We have some idea. Some of us, I in particular, if you could bring me back, I would very much appreciate it, and perhaps could give you a good reward. Although I don't know if I still have it after all this time. But I'm fairly positive I came from the south, from a city down there. Not too far. I mean, a couple days' journey from here. I had a good estate, and for some reason, in the middle of the night, people broke in, and then I, at some point, woke up, and we're in a forest and then a swamp, and they very rudely knocked me out again. They could have just put a bag over my head, but no, they didn't do that. And then I ended up in some kind of building. It was hard to figure myself where I was. There was hallways, left and right and straight, and they like forced me to the right, and they stuck me in a room. And I didn't know what to do in this room. It had weird stuff on the walls. When suddenly a big leaf came up and sucked me into the ground. That was, I don't know, like 6 years ago.
You've been trapped here for 6 years?
Well, yes, some of us have been here for quite some time. I think, actually, 6 years might be the shortest time. It is hard to say because some of us have gone missing, and I don't know why that is. Well, my guess is the lower level, maybe, very likely. But also, I don't know, because they would take us down there, and there was all kinds of sounds and machine things, and they would do these experiments, and I don't know. I mean, ultimately, that's why we can do this now. They made us like drink some kind of thing that would then change our bodies, and we would see all kinds of different stuff down there. I guess at that point they didn't think they needed to knock us out. I wish then they would have knocked me out.
You said you had an estate?
Yes. I mean, I don't know if I still do.
So was everybody else rich as well?
What do you mean? Like it was
Like
mine.
there may be
Like
like
everybody.
like I think he means is there a reason that they all of you were targeted and taken?
It could be. I guess I never asked that question. But then again, and he points over to the boy. I don't know that he was. Because he's young.
Did any of you have families or like other people who would come looking for you?
The boy speaks up and goes, "But, I mean, I don't mean to sound crass or anything, but I would imagine we all had families. I definitely had a mama and a papa. I do call the one here my father because he has been taking care of me since I've been here. I've been here... Gee, I don't know. I've been here..." And he looks over to the other guy. He has been here all his life.
Are you all from the same area, or are some of you from other places? Like where? It sounds like it. Was it all random, or?
I
is
don't
there-
know that it
yeah.
was so random. I do believe we're all generally from the same area. The same city. It was, I guess, an easy target because there was only a couple days. from
What's the
swamp.
name of the city? This is Rory trying to remember what the name of the city is.
Yeah,
You got him.
it's the name of the city that's a couple days south of
Right.
the
That
swamp.
city.
That's that city.
It's that one.
Something Gate, but I can't remember or
Okay, let's go.
but that's the city.
2 days. Okay, that's there. Now you're making me. I bet you've told me at some point.
Oh, I told you guys a while ago,
I'm looking through my notes.
and I just don't have my
Sure.
map up.
Bend the Nork, throw in the dagger. Use this. That's. Bram. And it's not Northern Lights.
Oh, that actually might be the one.
Let's see here. Yep, Northern Lights is a stronghold south of the swamp.
Yes.
3 days journey.
Northern Lights. That's
Ha!
the one.
Northern.
I'll take my
Lights.
D20 advantage roll now. No.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
So all you are from Northern Lights, or like the area around it,
We believe so. I mean, we don't know about the boy.
right?
But the rest of us, yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Did you learn
Where is the
anything
boy from?
about the
I'm gonna add-
people? Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask the boy where he's from.
Well, I don't really know. Like he said, I came here when I was very young. And he looks back over to him when he was very young. Maybe 1 or 2. So we don't actually know where he came from. We are wondering if they were experimenting on different ages to see what would take. Like, it seems like they have been on multiple animals as well.
I'm wondering, is there anything, if we're gonna keep going and, you know, it's quite possible we might run into the people who have been your captors, or, you know, who are performing these weird rituals. Is there anything you can tell us about them that might give us some help before we encounter them?
What I can tell you is that we have not seen anyone for a long time.
As he says that, I pipe up and I'm like, so last night when I went and grabbed that cloth,
Yes.
I heard something really large moving from a room kind of around the bend, a little bit ways down, and it's kind of in the direction that we have to go, I have a feeling, in order to get out of here.
What I could tell you is nightmarish things that we have seen on our escorts down below is that not all appears like it is. Some animals have been changed and affected by whatever they were doing. They seemed very motivated and angry at something. And they seem to
Awesome.
want to take it out on us. Or to use us to take it out on others like us.
But you're saying you haven't seen the actual.
Not for a long
Well,
time. I don't know if any more remain down there. But the creatures, for sure. Otherwise, we would find more food. Usually, like Larry I think Larry disappeared a month ago.
What happened to him?
Hey, thanks for the raid, Stronghold.
Hey, Stronghold.
Thanks for the raid.
We don't really know. Every now and then, someone pulls the short straw. No pun intended. And we need water, and there is water down below, but it is not often that
And Larry just never came back.
Larry did not come back. That or he found a way out. I don't know. I mean, it could be that they just found a way out and they like screw it and they're gone. But I don't think so.
Other than coming back here to this place, is there an easy way for us to get a message to you so that if we do find a way out, we can, if it's a, if we can't come back here, we can still get you the message of how to get out? Like, do you go on regular scouting trips somewhere and we could write it somewhere for you?
We don't venture too much past where you've already talked about the skeletons in the room that's very green. There's lots of plants in that room. We don't go much further than that unless we're trying. One has made it further to the water. He's has told about kind of a bridge, and then the water's down below. You got to be very sneaky. We don't go past the water, no need. A way to get the message. If you happen to see a little rat, there's sometimes rats in here. Like, he looks at the others and then he looks back at you like actual rats.
Rat.
You might be able to, and he looks at you. You might be able to get one to come back to us. But
yeah,
I
do
don't
you
know
have I have a way of, I could communicate with the rat, but can you?
Oh yes, we are also rats.
Okay, well, I don't know if maybe it's like two different dialects of the same language or something.
No, a squeak is a squeak.
Okay, well, maybe we'll do that then. We'll try and,
In the
if
meantime,
we can't get back.
yeah. In the meantime, we will scrounge up anything that we might find useful. I think you have all of it.
Oh, that one guy who said he could identify something for us.
Oh yes.
What
and he
do we want to? Yeah, what
pulls
do
him
we
over.
want to do? Maybe the amulet of yours, or this glass ring. I mean, it's transparent, so like my initial instinct of maybe it's something invisible, but I haven't put it on my finger yet.
As she pulls out the glass ring, just as a joke, I pull out that glass eye that I got way back at the circus. I'm like, hey, look, it matches.
I don't know what's worse. My cough that won't go away, the chance of dying in this place, or hearing that joke. I don't know how you deal with
Try
this.
traveling with him.
Oh, I can't imagine. Okay, so you're needing something identified. Yes, no.
Yes. That would
What
be
would you
really
like? So
great if we
indecisive.
could.
Come on, people. You just got to make a choice. What do you want?
Rihu, what do you think?
Sometimes the most mundane things are the most unique.
I've been rather distracted by walking around on my boots. I'm not gonna lie. I'm back over here.
All right, fine. Do this ring,
That's
if you can.
Okay. And he takes it from your hand, and you feel the fragileness, the frailness of his hands and his bones. He holds it in his hands, and he just starts humming and looking and looking and looking and looking. And you almost begin to wonder if he's actually doing anything. What was I? Oh, yes. Wait, 1 second. That's right. And he starts looking at it again and touching it and feeling it. And you do seem to have a way. I don't know why you asked me to do this. If you already know what it is a shame to waste such little resource. And he hands it back to you. Oh, yes, I should probably tell you then.
Right, yes, if you could.
Yes, indeed, it has to do with invisibility. I think it looks like you could use it. What did you say?
You said it looks like I could use it.
Oh
and
yeah,
then you
I'm sorry.
paused.
Yes. So it looks like you could probably use it twice. Wait, no, once. Was it once or twice? You can use it once. That's what it was. Once per day.
Once per day. All right.
Yeah. No, once per day.
Well, we really appreciate you taking your time to and some of your remaining energy today to help us with that. I just like look suspiciously over. I don't know if anybody else, if they're all just enjoying their toys or what, but I just like, I believe his identification, but I'm also like, clearly this guy's a little cuckoo.
Wait,
I'm willing to try it.
where'd you all come from?
Oh boy.
Do you know any other of the items? Because I feel like you'd probably know about them to see if they're useful to you or not.
Me?
Yeah, so like just off the top of your head, do you have any information about the other items? Putting you on the spot here.
Yes. In fact, I do. And he picks himself up a little bit, leaning on one of the other guy's like shoulders with an arm around. You're a bright one. I do. You see, the boots, the leaves that one's wearing, I think his name's Rihu, very monkish-like.
I want you to note, by the way, while you guys are kind of like focusing your attention towards me, this entire time Rihu's just been in the back, like moving around, stepping on different things, trying to make noise.
Do you see those are boots and they're green. And he has a cloak on him as well. And you fiery one, that is armor.
As he says this, I'm just gonna take my armor off and start going down the pathway.
Oh, well, I guess Vantalord's decided we're leaving.
That was a very astute observation by that old man.
And that's and I'm like, and you just see me shaking my head. I'm like, I know I'm ridiculous at times, but
Hey, listen.
Don't
he
forget
helped
to
me.
come back. Don't
Oh,
forget.
we will. Don't you worry.
We can tell you many more stories.
Can't wait.
Yep. Oh, be careful of all the.
As I'm walking, I'm just point at him and go, remember, you talked about a reward. Get you out of here.
Oh yes, for sure. By the way, yes. Get us out, and if I have anything left of my estate, I will, for sure. And be careful of all the feet that you're. Be careful of the sounds of 100 feet.
The what?
Nothing.
Sounds of 100 feet.
I did see that that's the name of the stream title, and I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
There's all kinds of creatures, and so be careful.
But are there always size ones that equate to 100 feet total?
I don't know. It always sounds like it, so maybe.
As we're walking, I'm just
a
gonna go.
million.
We go.
I don't
Why
like that.
why do I have centipede on the mind?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it 50 creatures? Or is it more than that and they all have 1 foot?
Maybe it's a parrot migrated with a or paired with a centipede. Then you have a walkie-talkie.
What? What's a walkie-talkie?
Parrots talk, and centipedes walk.
Oh God.
That is a terrifying creature to think of.
Yeah.
A centipede
like
mixed with
this-
a parrot.
Oh, and the other one that Rory homebrewed isn't terrifying.
Like,
You got really
I'm just
quiet.
really hoping.
It's a parrot head on a centipede body.
Ryder, you're super quiet.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Oh.
This better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. My detachable mic decided to get loose.
Detached.
Yes. I was just imagining like a centipede that had like a parrot head in like a dark hallway, and like it comes up behind you and just says like Polly wants a cracker with like glowing red eyes.
That's messed up.
But it says it in like the creepiest voice. It's not even a cute little parrot voice. It's like Polly wants
Polly.
a cracker.
Polly wants a cracker.
And we have the plot for a new horror movie. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, there we go.
Or Rory's next homebrew character.
Instant change. So you guys round the corner, and like Vantalord previously saw, you see this enormous nest. Easily, a couple of you could fit inside of this nest.
Is there anything in it?
You walk. Oh,
Does it
so the order. So Skylar, is Raja heading first?
You're going
Well,
inside the
Vanthor
nest.
left first, so. he
Does
can
it
go
look
first.
different from yesterday when I last saw it? Does
No.
anything look moved?
No. It
Okay.
Looks the same.
And I'm just gonna mutter under my breath, and I'm like, well, nothing looks different.
Okay. Now I'll check. Is there anything like inside the nest?
You get into it, and it's pretty well packed into place. Whatever made this, it's laid here several times. It's really made its bed, so to say. At first, you don't find anything. You move some of the hay, the straws, the grass. You do start to feel something smooth and kind of round.
What does it look like?
It better not be an egg.
You start to peel some of the packed grass away from it. You pull it out, and it's actually the skull of a human.
Oh.
You keep digging, or do you keep digging?
Yeah.
You find a very rough, bumpy. You pull, and the spine comes out of the grass, and lodged to that is a pouch. And you find gold, 10 gold in that pouch. Likely, very, very possibly, you would deduce that there's probably a skeleton or two packed into this thing.
Okay. Then I'll just stop digging. And I suppose we should probably look for what made this nest. 'Cause it's
I am clearly killed the
obviously
person
buried.
whose skull you were just picking up.
Yeah. Oh, Cricket. Would you be able to tell what made this nest, like based on the
I mean,
nest pattern or
I could try.
anything like that?
Sure.
Like if it's a bird or if it's
Right. Yeah.
this
Can
makes
I tell
sense.
based on like the material that they collected in sort of its like habitat if it looks familiar to any animal that I would recognize?
Sometimes it does. Generally speaking, it looks very bird-like in its nest. But then there's just some absurdities about it. Almost like if you think of a giant eagle or an osprey. It'd be fitting to a bird of that size. And it'd be fitting to a bird that is more prey-orientated. But there's enough here to say if it was, something else moved into it.
It looks like it might have been like a large bird of prey at some point, but
What deity?
nobody knows. I mean, I can't tell from looking at it, but it doesn't seem like it's like a specific creature that's using it now or something new. Somebody else might just be using
I
the
guess we
nest.
just go look for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of walk up and go, well, we know whatever it is probably big and based on the skull, dangerous.
You're right.
So let's keep an eye out.
Just be cautious. Is this where you heard that sound coming from, Vantalord?
So as she says that, I'm like, well, there's a little stairway just to the left of this giant nest, and you're gonna see a room with a bunch of growth in it, and past that, like, it almost is like a hallway. I'm not sure, I didn't go down that far. That's where I heard the sound.
Okay. Well, let's definitely be cautious then if we're coming up onto that room.
And as they come down to the room with the growth, I'm like, there's a few skeletons in here. I looked over them earlier, didn't really find anything other than just some dinged up armor and their cloth and some old weapons, but nothing worth keeping.
What kind of growth is on the ground here, Rory? Like, is it just moss? Like, it's just really damp ground? Or is it something else?
1 second here. Very much, it's a high vegetation. So there's grass, there's vines, there's large leaves, there's vines on the ground as well as you see them on the other side of the room where there's an opening. You see them cascading across the wall, even large trees that exist in this area.
Inside tree? Like an indoor tree?
Well, it's an outdoor tree, but it's indoors, yes.
Right. Yes, obviously.
Does it look similar to the vegetation we saw in the swamp?
Not so much. I mean, in the sense that there's vines, sure, but more tropical. More, even the air, as you get close, you can smell a difference in the air. The warmth in the air, it just emanates a sense of, in contrasting to what you're seeing, it emanates a feel of birth or liveliness, of springtime.
Got it.
As I look around the room, being that I was here last night, do I see anything move? Like any skeletons that have moved around? Any additional corpses?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. 19?
A 19. You do notice that some of the skeletons at the far end have shifted. Some of them by a couple feet. Some of them are a little bit more scattered out. You do see that there's been something that's rummaged on that end.
That's not. I'm almost like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, that's not right. That was there. That was there. Guys, something moved all of these skeletons last night. Like, I'm gonna go up and investigate them. Like I'm guessing I can tell that the bones are like have been spread apart even inside their little piles. Like they're
Well, maybe just be cautious as you get closer if we're entering this room.
Or maybe the skeletons just decided to move themselves.
there's no bones
I
about
feel
it.
like that's probably not the most common explanation for how they moved.
I'll
But-
keep watch around while Sylvantalord can focus on the skeletons instead of trying to, or like wondering if something was coming for him at that moment.
But as I pass them and I get to the farm, I'm like, these are the only ones though that look like they've moved from last night. Because these other ones, as I pass them, like they were here leaning against the same wall. This one had a sword. This one had the cloth that I pulled off.
What
But I'm gonna
are
specifically point out the ones on the far end.
what are the other three of you doing?
I'm gonna walk up and I just want to say the comment: is it possible, Vanillord, that it was late and you're not maybe quite remembering right?
No, that is. Let's say.
He's
I was
like,
intrigued by the
me be
nest.
wrong, not possible.
No, not that type of arrogance, but like. It's one of those where like I was down here yesterday, kind of just trying to get a sense for the feeling. I saw the giant nest, and that drew my attention in. But then I saw this room with all this growth, and that was, for what we've seen, was odd. And I wanted to at least investigate a little bit. It wasn't until I started hearing like sounds that I decided to turn back because I didn't want to be separated from you guys.
So Rihu, you went all the way in with him.
Correct.
Okay,
But he didn't hear me until I got right behind him.
and then Raja, you're back here watching over them as they enter in.
Well, I'm in there with them.
Yeah,
but
you're
I'm
in, but-
assuming that this has two entrances.
Correct. Are you looking at the screen?
Yeah.
So you're back by the entrance where you guys came from, and they're on the other side by the exit. And you're
Oh, you
watching-
mean the video ninja?
Yeah, so that you can see.
Yeah.
Well, he pulls that.
Which,
up.
by the way, that's not on the stream right now, Roy. Just so you know, the map, if you want it to be.
Yeah, thank you.
That
Or
would
he's a
be-
little
Yeah,
off.
so I'm watching the staircase.
Yeah, so you're right here. Watching.
Oh no,
over.
we don't have Rihu.
Well, where's the other entrance? Is that past them?
So here's you guys entered in from here,
Yeah.
and then here to what looks like an exit into another area.
Well, then I'd be up there watching.
You're up there with them.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna watch from way back here to let Bantalord know something's coming if I can't see it.
You're watching to see if something's coming from the far side.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about our back because there's multiple people back there.
Got it. Yes, Rihu, visibility. Bam.
Petros and Rihu is first to go.
And then Cricket and Jubilee. What are the two of you doing?
I kind of just want to cover them. I'm in this doorway.
Yeah. I'm actually a little bit distracted by all the vegetation, especially given my like new plant journal.
Mhm.
So I'm looking around at all the plants growing here to see if I recognize any of them from the journal that I might be able to harvest something.
All right.
Yeah, I'll hang out about halfway into the room just to keep an eye out.
Okay. About halfway in, you notice the skeletons to your left and right, the rock rubble that's in here, and then you do notice a couple familiar plants in here, especially from flipping through that book. Almost looks like this might have been a growth area for some of the plants.
Which ones? Anything I can harvest?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
19. Oh, and I like the sound change.
19. Thank you, Run Reb. 19. You find some elderberry plants, and you're pretty sure that you're able to tap one of them to get some syrup out of it.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, so you walk over to this here tree and you start to tap it. You get your utensils ready. And Vandalord, as you're checking out these here bones, and Rihu, you're here, Raja, you're watching this here room. So this is the room that you're looking into, Raja. On the right.
I'll stick my head in
Okay.
after you're done explaining.
And that's fine. So you can see both rooms from where you're at. You're kind of in the doorway, in the archway, and you can see both rooms. You do notice, Raja, that on the far end here, there looks to be a door, or like a gated door. That is currently closed. As you are investigating these bones, you do see that there are multiple indentations in the ground, Bantalord. Rihu, you see this as well. And they're everywhere, and it looks like as much as they're literally everywhere, that they kind of follow a line. You muted.
Pattern to them.
Wait, what's that? I think it's your mic again.
Everyone point and laugh. No.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Alright. I was just saying, so just like a movement pattern, essentially, is what it looks like on the ground.
Yeah, oh yeah.
is
The
there
echoing
any-
of 100 feet runs through your mind.
Is there any way to tell which direction they were going, or just not tell at this point?
They look like they primarily are in this area. You can see them as you look back towards Jubilee. You see the tracks run that whole distance. And then also back, it almost looks like some dirt may have been, or some greenery may have been spread into the other room as well.
Okay.
But then it's all stone over there, so you're not able to really see if the tracks, besides some dirt and some greenery.
Just looking around quickly on like the walls or the greenery near me, do I see any other indications of like these same patterns, or is it just on the floor?
Roll a perception check.
Alright.
As he does it, I'm actually checking the walls too as he follows everything, just because.
Okay, you're checking the walls.
Yeah, I'm checking I just want to see if anything climbed them. After the whole Zatari thing, I trust nothing.
16.
16. Okay, Bonner, go ahead and roll a perception.
I rolled a 17.
17. You do notice that both of you, that these indentations that are on the ground are semi-pointed, as well as on the wall. It looks like there's the same kind of markings, and that the wall has been chipped away, so something had punctured it and was moving along the wall. You start to see these markings all over the place.
No.
I'm looking at the ceiling at this point.
I'm just tapping my tree.
Vandalord, as
What are you guys freaking out about over there?
Vandalord, as you're back behind this boulder, you're seeing all these holes everywhere. You start to move towards the pillar and back towards the stone. You see this stone begin to shift. You see some lines begin to appear in this stone.
I hope it's not the creature.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I'm afraid.
What if it's like a big one?
And you said that's as I approach the stone?
Like, you're in this area, you're checking the wall, and you keep shifting, following these tracks to the pillar, and then you shift again, and so you're just turning. And you get to this big, giant boulder that's right next to you.
And I see the lines appearing.
And you see like a crack and a shifting of these lines in this boulder.
I'm getting away from that boulder as fast as possible.
Go ahead and everyone roll initiative.
Everyone? Not
Wait,
just
no,
one person?
don't we do? Are we doing?
Oh,
person.
yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
splitting an initiative?
No.
Who wants to do the
Vandalord,
honors?
roll initiative.
3. I'm not liking that.
5.
I'm fired. No.
You are fired.
Yeah, you are.
You might be.
You
at this
fired!
Okay. So as you're starting to shift out from this, letting others know that, hey, something's not right, you begin to shift away from this. When this creature uncoils from its shell, almost like an armadillo that came out of its ball shape. This giant, mutated thing of a centipede pulls out of it.
Hate it.
You see this
Yep.
rock-like shelling that's covering its backside. It is very large in size. This carrion crawler with its let's see, let me see the description here for you guys. Even its scent is very otherworldly. It's almost like a decaying, necrotic. Cricket, roll a history check.
I'm
Something
having a really
about
big
this
nerd
instantly
moment right now.
brings a memory to you.
History.
Yeah.
I'm not that smart, but 9.
9. You have a memory of when your father Rowan was trying to tend to the sheep, and a very similar sickening smell coming from the sheep.
As this,
Mm-hmm.
like it's infected with the same sort of.
Something about it is very much the same.
I'll watch out for the what. I mean, obviously we're gonna watch out for it, but it might, like, we could get sick from it too, potentially.
As you yell this caution out, it's immediately going to strike down at Rihu, standing right in front of it. It is going to attempt to attack, to bite you, Rihu, with its large pinchers. As it comes down, where's my d20? That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
It comes down, bites you, and it causes 4 points of poison damage. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Plus 20, dirty 20.
You feel this poison set into your body as you remember the instructions of your teacher. You feel this poison start to constrict and tighten your muscles as you're able to just focus and remove this poison and or fight off the poison.
Oh, okay, so I don't get poisoned. Woo.
You still take the 4 points of damage. You don't get the other effect that would have absolutely sucked. It will make another attack. It gets 2 attacks, so it will lash back out at Rihu, being right in front of it. That's again 18 to hit. And that is going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The creature is going to stay where it's at for its turn.
Well, I'm immediately taking, after just getting attacked twice, I'm gonna throw a stunning fist at it, so I don't need to have a weapon in my hand for that.
Okay. Roll to hit.
By the way, someone's saying that the sound
The
is
sound is
kind of
quiet.
For everyone or for...
Yeah. they
It's
said
it's just for everyone.
Okay.
So you may just have to increase
should be
volume on
better now.
slobs.
15 plus 5, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20 to hit? I do believe that hits. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Big is easy to hit a lot of times, so
Okay.
you hit it.
Oh. It is 1d8 plus 2, so 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And then hold on, let me pull up the stunning fist portion of it. Because that was my unarmed strike, and this is a bonus to that. Alright. I'm just gonna save and throw. Has to make a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude saving throw. That is going to be a 17.
You pass, so you do not get stunned.
All right.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. So I'm gonna cast Searing Smite at 2nd level, which says on initial damage I get 2d6, and then for my next melee weapon. So I'm gonna cast that so it does the initial damage, and then I'm gonna hit it with my second attack for my sword. What's gonna need to happen though is when I go for the melee attack, you'll have to make a Constitution save. Otherwise, he's gonna have 1d6 of damage at the start of his turn every single time for the next minute.
Okay.
So, where are my d6s? So the initial damage is 8 points,
Okay.
and then I'm going in with my longsword to hit. Oh, dang it! I just dropped it. I'm gonna catch it in time. All right, let's grab this one, then I'll deal with that. And that is a nat 20 plus 7, so 27.
Nat 20. Woo-woo.
Right? Nat 20?
Yep. And then let me grab my
27?
other dice that I just dropped.
So go ahead, let's see here.
All right. Let me confirm that
Yep.
crit though. All right. An 18.
An 18. 18 would hit.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 4. Where's my d8?
What would have been the maximum damage that you could have caused with your nat 20? So with your second hit. Instead
that
of
would
the...
have been. It would have been maximum damage at 12 points.
Okay. So that is your critical on this one. You got
So-
maximum damage.
Okay, so just 12 points. Okay.
Striking a very critical blow to it. You're able to get past that shelling, and you definitely see that you inflicted a fair amount of damage to it.
And just so you know, that Searing Smite I did is fire damage.
Oh,
and
that's right. I got it.
Yep. And in order for him not to have a d6 worth of damage on every single one of his turns, he has to have a con saving throw on every turn.
Okay. And I need to do one now, right?
Yes.
And I had a 16.
Okay, that one does save this one.
Nice. All right. The other three of you. Raja, you're by the door
I
over by
would-
them
Yeah. I'm gonna go next to Rihu.
on this side.
I wish I could ping. Other side. Yeah, right in front of it, like where it could just bite my head off.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I will take an attack with my rapier, I believe.
And you have advantage on this.
Yes. So then I'd get sneak attack damage as well. And then just so you know, I'm also going to do my Strike of the Fire Giant. And it says once per turn when you hit a target. So I can choose after I hit the target, right? Whether I want to use it or not. Because it says once per turn when you hit a target.
I'm
Oh, I feel like it might. What would it say otherwise?
It says once per turn when you hit a target with a melee weapon attack or a ranged weapon attack using a thrown weapon, you can imbue the attack with an additional effect. And then that's just the 1d10 fire damage.
I'd just say call it if you're gonna use it, but it will count if you hit. Like you got to hit for it to work. It's not like you're casting a spell.
Okay.
So if it's your
Okay, I
intent,
wasn't sure
to
because
use
there's
it.
only 3 uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just state
I
if
do.
it's your intent, but it will happen if you strike, if you hit.
Okay. Rapier. 16, 22 for the first one.
22 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah, 22 hits.
And then 14 for the second one.
And 14 also hits.
Okay. So 3, 6. 6, 4, and 3.
So 13. That's your first
13.
strike. That's with your sneak attack.
Yeah, that's the sneak attack. And then the fire strike is 1d10. And I got 7. So 7 fire damage. 13 regular damage. Oh, 13 sneak attack damage. And then 8 plus. And 7 rapier damage.
So with your rapier, you got the 7 plus the 13 for your sneak attack.
Yeah, so 27 damage total.
Total, yep. You take this opportunity while it's distracted by Vantalord in the back, getting a solid blow on the backside. It curls up, pulling its head up high. The ceiling is a good approximation, a good 20-25 feet, and its head almost touches the ceiling. As it's still semi-coiled,
so there's really-
right?
Then I will use my bonus action.
Okay.
And then disengage and move to the back wall. I wish I could like ping.
Towards
here.
towards
No, like
Cricket.
5 feet behind me, 10 feet behind
Oh,
me,
just back here,
like where Rihu's looking.
back here.
This wall.
I don't know if I've ever heard
Yeah.
Raja this locked in. Lucky.
All right. So you disengage. You move back towards this wall.
Yeah. I wish there was something where we could click with our mouse
That'd be
and
cool.
like ping where we want to go.
Cricket and Jubilee. The smell of this thing is offsetting and in every way wrong to the environment that you're seeing.
Jubilee, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
I think that I would like to. Between these two things. Alright, I'm going to. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I come in from here. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt
Okay.
on this thing. So that's going to be that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit. And then it does take damage initially, right? On a hit? Yes. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Okay, so that first hit is going to be 19 points of lightning damage. Oh, wait, I get 3d12. Just kidding, hold on, one more. 29 points of lightning damage.
Wait, how'd you... Oh, yeah, okay.
You
gotcha.
got all the lightning damage.
And then, after it does the lightning damage, there's like a crackling black and purple swirly energy between me and this thing, and then it just maintains there for now. I love being a warlock so much.
So as this bolt of electricity arcs between Jubilee and this creature, Cricket, what do you do?
I am going to cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff that I
Okay.
have in my hand. Which just like toughens it up, gets some thorns on it and stuff. And then I am going to, Bear and I both are gonna move towards it and try and attack it.
All right. You also have advantage on this creature with Vantalord on the other side.
Ooh, all right. Not used to fighting with my staff. Hey, all right. That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Absolutely.
Now, I rolled an 8 out of my 1d8. All right, so that's a 12 points of damage from my thorny shillelagh.
Okay.
And Bear's gonna try and bite it as well.
All right.
Does Bear get advantage? Nah, there's
Yeah.
no tactics. Really?
Well, it's the advantage is
It's
because
still-
the creature is
yeah,
it's fighting on
that's
two
true.
sides.
All right, that's 15 to hit. I don't think
15
that's probably
hits?
enough. It does?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 6 damage.
6 damage. Oof. You guys are pummeling this creature. Go ahead and roll for initiative. Or is that's all your whole turn, right, Cricket?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up now to roll. I'll do it.
There we go.
All right.
Take the initiative. oh, so beautiful.
You're fired too.
So beautiful. Because I got a 6.
It's a waste
You're
of a
fired.
six.
Look at that.
You
I
know
would've
what?
lost
Let me
probably
feel
Yeah,
good.
no matter what.
exactly.
Let me
Waste
feel
of a 6.
let me feel good about mine. Okay? Let me have it. Okay, so the creature getting strike after strike, this bolt still connected to it. Leaving its right where it's at. It is going to it is not happy. Directly targeting Jubilee and this connection that's still on it. It can move up to its speed without provoking an attack of opportunity. It can move through a creature's space. Any creature the crawler moves through must succeed a DC 14 saving throw. That would be you, Cricket. Or be engulfed by the crawler, taking 20.
What? Just, What is the saving
Say
throw I'm
engulf.
rolling? Yeah, I heard engulfed. I don't like
and,
that.
and I heard 20 some points damage.
Must succeed a
Uh-oh.
DC. So first you need to make a dexterity saving throw, Cricket. As this
Dexterity.
creature beelines towards Jubilee, basically
Hey.
trampling over you.
We just got some bonuses from Red Rab, and also I have bonuses left over. This seems like a good time to use a +1.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, DC what?
You got to make a DC dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I normally get a +2, so this time I'll get a +3. Oh no, I got an 8.
Got an 8. Without any kind of sign, this creature not resonating with you, not being able to read its body, you're not able to react quick enough as it begins to charge toward and over you. I'll give you the option. Do you want me to roll or give you the average?
Roll always.
Okay.
It's a dice. The dice. Take the dice.
Oh, ask a very important question, by the way. Is Bear also getting engulfed?
Yeah, it says any creature that is in the path. So,
So would he be able to roll his own saving
yes,
throw?
yes.
Bear's
So-
faster.
Roll for bear.
Oh god.
Cricket, we need a nat 20.
Bear might die right now. You can always make a deal.
What is?
You'd roll a natural 20 for bear if you make the deal.
Otherwise, he's engulfed also.
Yeah. He's in the way of the creature. To let you know, it's 66.
Jeez. Oh jeez. No, I'm gonna trust Bear.
Okay.
Bear can get out of the way. I believe in him. A 19 I rolled. I didn't even have to add his dice. Listen, I don't care about my own life,
hold
but
on.
at least Bear survived.
And then you're +1, right?
I don't know if I get to add my +1 to.
If you want to, you could. But you'd have to call it ahead of time.
Yeah, but it still beats the DC is 15.
Oh. Hallelujah, Bear saved.
I know.
Cricket, not so much,
Okay.
but
Yeah, whatever. I'm
So,
fine.
for cricket, there is a total of 2, 3, 3. So, that's 8.
That's 8. Yeah.
3, 11, 5, 21 points of damage, of actually specifically of acid damage as it stomps over top of you. Its underbelly is covered in this ichor that begins to burn as it crawls over top of you towards Jubilee. Bear,
21 points.
21 points. Bear is able to scoot to the side quick enough that he doesn't take any of this damage. When it reaches you, Jubilee, it instantly...
Great, I can't wait.
Huh?
I can't wait.
It instantly lashes out with a bite. And we'll see if it hits you.
I'm gonna probably say just yeah.
16.
Oh yeah, my armor class is a 12.
Yeah, mine's a 13.
Samesies.
We're very squishy.
So it lunges down, instantly strikes faster than you're aware. It bites you right on the shoulder. Roll a DC Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save. Is it against being poisoned or diseased?
Yes.
What's the DC?
Constitution.
A 15?
Is it? Let me double check because this is this here one. Yes, it's against a poison. Yes. It's a 15?
Yeah.
You succeed. You feel a very similar feeling as the bite. I didn't roll for the bite damage. The bite causes 7 points of damage. You feel this rush, this sensation through your body as your muscles tighten, and then they loosen back up as it does not take hold.
Ow, ow, ow. That felt weird. I hate it.
Party's
Don't
turn.
like it.
I'd like to amend the fact that Bear getting out of the way was because Cricket sacrificed herself. She pushed him out of the path so that it's not just that I'm not capable at rolling for my own.
How long is this centipede? Just for visual, I need the idea.
From like
We said it was
you
like
to-
20 feet tall, so I mean.
Oh, the creature?
Yeah, like how far is it back legs? You know, essentially still to me.
Yeah, especially since you saw it actually stretch and run. You would 5, 10, 15. It'd be right about 22, 23 feet in length. And so
its
as
butt
it,
is still
So
back by Bangalore.
would you say its back legs are still right by me then?
I would say they're in front of Cricket. So like
Okay.
stretching out, it doesn't fully extend its body and leave it there. It extends, but it also brings its back end back
Yep.
in. So its back tail would still be back by you and Cricket.
I'm going to try and run to its back tail.
Okay, which would actually be
Move to
like
its
right
back
here.
tail. Yep. And I want to try and jump on top.
All
of
right.
the
Well, just for
tail.
the sake of it, then I'm gonna move you right there. And I guess you're still quiet, Ryder.
Am I still quiet?
hear
Is there
you.
was just a
Yeah, even to me, you're quiet. So
Is it to everyone else too, or just Bangalore?
Maybe it's just
No,
your
it's a
Zoom
little bit
volume.
quiet. I can still hear you. It's just a little quiet.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know why it is. Shouldn't be. Everything's in.
Did you check your Zoom
Weird.
volume? We can check it in a bit too.
Okay, what am I rolling though to try and jump on its back?
Let's go with acrobatics.
Ooh-hoo-hoo. That is a 16. I have a +7 in acrobatics.
Yeah, you are able to hop onto its back. Its top side is quite hard and rigid. It resembles the stone.
All right, and then I am going to try and move as far as I can up its body.
Okay. You start to move your way up. What are you trying to do?
Just get near where the head is. Kind of a surprise attack, you know, from behind if I can, because, you know, stealthy.
Well, once you're on it, I don't know
I
how
know, it can
stealthy
feel you.
that is.
It can feel you, but I don't think it can flip 360 degrees and go right at me. So I figured this was the best approach from where I was standing.
Okay. Okay. You're actually pretty close to begin with, right? There's tail was pretty close to you and Cricket already. You hop on, you wiggle forward slightly. Its body is coiled back, kind of like you see it here. What is your action then?
Cool. We hit it once. Good with the fist, so we're gonna go power. You know, another stunning fist right to the back of the head.
All right. Take a hit.
All right. What am I gonna hit? Sorry, I need my modifier. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Alright. Okay, I did only roll a 1 on my d8, so it is only 3 points of damage.
3 points. And do I got to resist anything?
You do have to make a.
Thank you,
saving
Renrab, for
throw.
another cheer.
Oh, Rihu, you get some bonuses.
Ooh.
What is the save that I think I just made?
Fortitude saving throw.
Yeah, I got a 19 on the die.
Another one? Dang. Yeah, you passed.
Yes.
His dice are fired.
You are not stunned.
Sweet. Okay. Who's next?
I will happily do my witch bolt again.
Oh, crap.
Do it.
That bugger hurts.
And that's an automatic hit, and that's.
I wonder if
25
electricity
points of lightning damage again.
flows through creatures.
I don't like that.
Because there might be someone on this creature connected to this creature.
Well, but if he's standing on the back and it's stone, then it wouldn't conduct the electrical current, right? Is that how that works?
Well, that it's stone, and it just feels like stone, I think was the was the word.
Well,
We
maybe
did talk about
it'll
electricity
be
the other day, Dad.
fine.
So it's a hit for 25 points of damage? No
Yeah, so it automatically hits if I use my action now because they're still connected. So it's 25 points of lightning damage. So Jubilee is just like holding the rope, but it looks like lightning and it's all purple and black and sparkly.
All right. As you hear the pulse of electricity pounds into the chest of this creature. For another 25. The pulsating glow shoots up the sternum of this creature, cracking as this lightning flickers out of its chest and its sternum, finally reaching up to his throat as the whole thing just finally finds a weak spot, exploding lightning out of its throat as the creature falls to the ground.
That is a beautiful image. I love the imagery of that.
What was I?
You
Oh,
blew
wait.
it up, Jubilee.
Wasn't Cricket inside?
I just got rolled over.
Yeah.
I'm
Does
wiping
the smell
acid.
get
I'm
trampled
wiping
over.
acid goo off me while I tell you. Good job,
Yeah.
Jubilee.
Does the smell get worse when it dies?
It got worse with the burning smell of the high amount of electricity and the
Oh.
voltage as it's flowing through, and the organs and anything on the inside now are cooking, amplifying that rotting decay scent.
Well, you had the guts to do it.
Raj gonna run over to the next room over and make sure nothing came in while we were fighting. Because of the noise or anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him as well, just to make sure he has support if needed.
Raja, as soon as you enter into this room, you see some barrels, a chest on the ground. You see some kind of contraption that would probably be used to, whether it's hang some bags or hang some kind of different items. You see some various different rock piles that have some skulls in them, and that door that was previously mentioned that is still closed.
I'll check the chest quick then.
The chest? Okay. And the
I'm
others?
gonna break the barrels.
Barrels?
I'm breaking
I'm
them all.
healing myself.
You're healing yourself.
Yeah. Not to be confused with feeling myself. I am casting Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Can I just do like a quick once over of this thing?
Yeah.
And see if I can figure out if the back is actually stone or like what the deal
Yeah,
is
so
here.
did you ever say if I got hurt or not, or am I clear?
I didn't. We will call you Clear this time around. I don't know that which I think it would be great fun and great complexity to say if you're touching it, but I'll take that realism out. I think it's awesome that you jumped on the back of the thing. I don't want to punish you for that.
Okay.
We all know that's why he's gonna get MVP this weekend anyway. I just see him with
It's
a
kind of-
random cowboy.
Kind of my MO to jump on things, to be fair.
Yes.
That is true.
As you are checking out this creature, it is in fact not stone. It has an extreme ability to camouflage. As you're looking at it, you see how the different individual parts, like an armadillo, can roll together and create one unified shape. But in
Well,
fact, not stone.
Hopefully. Does it look like it has 100 feet?
I mean, you could count them all, but there are a lot.
Do you all think that this is all 100 feet or there's more?
We'll have to
Do
ask
you
the
think the rat
cobbler.
people would eat this?
Oh, that's a good point. This is a lot of food.
Now that it's dead, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
It does.
And they are also part rat, so I don't know. I feel like they probably could handle it.
That's a good point.
Oh, the only scary thing
I'll just
though,
run
is
over
when
to
it
them
went to
very
bite me,
quickly.
it did feel like I was getting a little bit poisoned, so I don't know if they can actually eat this.
But rats are pretty resilient.
That's true.
I felt the poison as well.
It sort of smells
I
similar
didn't.
to.
And then I'll wink.
It sort of smells similar to the sickness that some of the sheep in our herd got, but not quite the same. Actually, I don't really know that. Is it identical, Roy?
Or it could be like a spider where it just, infects through its fangs.
With all the curious thoughts going around about if this is edible by human, rat, were-rat type creatures, the edibility of the meat of this creature, and Jubilee checking out exactly if this thing is stone or not. Cricket, for you, after being able to slow down and take in the scent, it is an identical smell to the kind of the later stages when the sheep were going to die. As Rowan was trying to save them and bring them back, they just kept rotting and dying. With that, we will go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Righty.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Renrab, for the cheers. Thanks, Pat, for hanging out with us all night today. Just looking over some of the comments. King Muffin Cake. What level are they? 3 of them are level 5. 2 of them are level 6. Oh, looks like you already got that answer. But there it is. Red dragon for each group. Split the party. Yes, always split the party.
So, I was looking through some of my inventory, and being that we haven't had much for combat lately, I still have like 4+1s and an inspiration I'm hanging on to.
Whoops.
Yep, totally
You
forgot
have a
about
whole
them.
lot of resources.
What's
I
that?
should probably use them, huh?
All the things that you guys
Oh,
have?
we're just talking about, you know, how forgetful Tom Vancelord is when it comes to using like +1s and an inspiration that someone gave me, and because you know I'm just the most forgetful person on the face of the planet.
True.
That's the reason why I live off my calendar. If I don't put it in my calendar, I totally forget about it. My dogs are trying to steal my beef jerky from me. My old dog got off the dog bed and the young one decided to steal the dog bed. Because he's a jerk. Probably close this up. Like that. Still can't believe I dropped my dice on the ground. Feel that if I do that too many times, they'll become cursed. They'll put me in timeout. I will say I do like Raj's new Phoenix background for a Zoom.
Yes, it is nice.
Yeah, me and Raja may have been playing with virtual backgrounds at the same time tonight.
That's fantastic. I love it.
And it has been 5 minutes.
I feel like I just heard the cannons from District 12.
Yeah, so I was gonna say from Hunger Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, take the hint.
As 3 tributes have passed away today. No.
That's pretty good.
I should probably figure out if...
And we return as soon as I can find Slavs.
There's 5 of us on screen. No.
Everyone will be eating dinner throughout this portion of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be snacking.
for sure.
My
Enjoy.
wife's over next door with the mother and father-in-law, and I have a feeling I'm gonna be making supper very late tonight, unless she brings home a leftover keto lasagna.
Oh, that sounds good too.
Oh yeah, with zucchini instead of noodles, it's fantastic.
Your in-laws live next door.
Yep. Between
Oh,
the two of us, we
fam.
have like
Bless
4
your
acres in
hearts.
city limits. Oh,
So,
my in-laws are awesome.
So do mine for like the non-winter months. They fly west for the winter.
Like
Um,
Fightful?
That is a good.
They fly southwest.
That is the airline. In fact, they don't. They fly Delta.
They make
But,
sure to escape.
that is a good movie. The first one.
Yes, agreed.
But so we return. This large, corrupted carrion crawler now laying dead, stretching 22 feet out on the ground. Its many, many legs dangling there. Left pondering, Raja, do you go back to tell them, or do you continue forward?
Well, I mean, I searched the chest first,
Oh.
but then I go tell him.
That is correct.
I don't just drop what I'm doing. I'm priorities.
Priorities. As Vandalord is breaking the barrels, one breaking after the other, each just resulting in a plume of dust that is on the inside of them. Cricket, you healed yourself. How much healing did you get?
I got
Because you'll need it.
12 points of healing.
12 points. 12 points back to you. Awesome.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm still not super full though.
Raja, as you go to open up this chest, you find that it's actually locked.
Then I open it physically. I'm going to take my Morning Star and smash it open.
All right. As you
Don't you have
From the side.
lockpicking? Wait, aren't you a rogue?
Oh
You don't
yeah,
have thieves' tools?
I forgot about that. I'm a pick the lock.
Raja, don't forget you're a rogue.
There you go. So you go to pick the lock. You take your lock picking tools. I forget the exact roll. Let's for the sake of it do a sleight of hand roll to see what you get. Thank you for confirming that for me just now.
I feel like
Oh,
Raja's just really leaning into that new multi-classing fighter level, and he's forgotten everything else that he learned as a rogue.
I hit
Yeah,
I'm using
exactly.
sleight of hand more. I rolled a 2. 12.
12. Vandal, like what?
Who rolls a 2?
So you begin to take your tools and you place them into the lock. You are having a little bit of difficulty. The lock almost seems soft. As if the mechanisms are broken. And as you continue to work that lock, it takes a little bit. You know, most locks, Raja, you're able to get decently fast. This one is taking you a little bit longer, aka the 2.
I got a 12.
Yeah, I know, but you got a 2. You got a 12 ultimately, but you're struggling a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay, you said soft. Would Raja... Is it a soft as in mechanisms are broken, or soft as in it's flesh, or it's not metal?
Well, it's feeling
Even broken
like
mechanisms are still metal.
it's feeling like it's like the mechanisms would be soft. It's hard to tell at the moment. As you continue to sit there, suddenly the box instantly begins to shift and morph in its shape and size.
Yes. Yes,
What
I
happened
love
right now?
that.
She just tried to lockpick A.
You just
As
tried lockpicking
instantly,
a mimic, Raja.
A tongue shoots out towards you, Raja, as if the lid opens and this tongue makes an attack at you for a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Yes. I am gonna take the joy in me actually hitting. So, let's see, melee, and you increased your armor to 17, right? Your AC.
Yeah.
Okay. Weapons.
Is that all the armor did? I guess I'm not attuned to anything anyway.
And you're not sure because you couldn't. You know it's magical, but you don't know what other properties it has other than, I told you its AC is 17.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's magical, so likely there's something else in there. Hit, reach. There we go. There's the damage. Grab the right one.
I'm guessing I see all this.
Its tongue adheres. So I read this wrong. Anyways, it makes a bite attack at you, and it causes 10 points of piercing damage. Oh, plus
Okay, I'll use Uncanny Dodge. Oh,
plus 1d8 plus 5 poison damage. So 10 piercing and 5 poison damage.
Yikes.
okay, I'll Uncanny Dodge.
Okay.
So that halves the damage.
So 7 points of damage.
Just 7?
Yeah. It was 15. 7.5 rounded down to 7.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
You are directly in front of it. Yes, Vantalord, you see this kick off. So the two of you are in this room. The others, though, are all within sight of seeing this happen. And the creature itself is not quiet. As it makes its bite, it has this screeching kind of like hinges type of nails on the chalkboard type of sound to it.
Well, I yell mimic in case they can't hear it. And then I'm running towards the mimic, and as I do so, I'm casting Searing Smite at first level.
And just before that, Raja, what were you gonna do?
I'll just Burning Hands it in the face mouth thing.
Okay.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
really know the anatomy of a mimic.
Its mouth.
Just mouth.
It's all mouth.
Is it made out of wood, technically?
No. No, it's a flesh creature. Medium
Also,
monstrosity.
quick question. So my Burning Hands, at higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level, do I have any spell slots?
No, it's a natural ability for you. Because it is
Okay.
also a spell for like wizards and stuff.
So you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh, then it happened. 6.
No. Okay. $11.
11 points of damage.
11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Ignites any flammable objects. Yeah.
All right. 11 points of damage caused as your flames burst out from your hands, shooting into its mouth and rolling over its lid, its eye. Any movement?
How do I close this?
Or do you stay there?
What is that? It's not loading. Oh, there. Okay, then I'll take a bonus action. Hang on, is a rapier a light weapon?
Yes. It's finesse, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll attack with a dagger.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I don't know. Never mind.
Good.
Yeah, I'll just disengage 1 square back.
Okay. You move
I'm
back.
actually just gonna. I'm not gonna cast Searing Smite. I changed my mind. I want to save it.
Okay. As you're
So
running
I'm gonna
forward.
attack. Yep. I'm gonna just attack with my longsword twice.
Okay.
And just for grins and giggles, I'm gonna use 2 of my +1s.
All right. Use them.
So the first hit is a 26.
That hits.
Let's see, where's my D8? Ooh, and it does 12 points of damage because of 1d8 plus 4. And the second attack. Seriously? An 11. No, wait. 9. Take that back. 16, sorry. I forgot to add my, I added the wrong number. I'm math good today.
How much damage?
So that one hits 10 points of damage.
For the second one?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other three of you, as you start to hear this chaos unfold, and you see through the door that suddenly they are fighting something else, what do the other three of you do?
The first thing is I would have heard Vantalord yell mimic, and I would have just said, what are we mimicking?
Of course you would. Beautiful. I love it.
Are we mimicking you? What are you doing?
There is a mimic in here.
There is a oh! Okay, hold on. I'll run in and I'll do my 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
And you have 30 feet of movement?
Yeah.
So you can get just inside the door.
Okay. And then as long as I can see it, my Eldritch Blast goes 120 feet.
Alright, well it reaches.
Alright, so that is going to be 17 and 16 on the die, plus 7 to hit. So they're both gonna hit, I think.
Yes.
So that's going to be a total of 15 points of force damage from both of them.
Force damage. That it has to make a save? Or no?
No, I don't think so. It's
Okay.
just the type of damage it does.
15 points of damage?
Yes.
That suddenly, from over your head, Vantalord, this energy strikes into the mimic. Cricket and Rihu.
Making my way in, but slowly, because I did get bit by that centipede thing, so I'm hurting a little bit as I get in there.
Okay.
Same for me.
Are you guys?
King Cricket. I don't think I can make it there all the way or there anyways, right?
Rihu, you could make it between Vantalord and Raja.
I'll go
And-
about halfway between Raja and like the entrance of the room.
Similarly for you as well, Cricket.
Yeah, I'll just go right, sort of, next to where. Yeah, perfect.
Does that look right for you also, Rihu?
Yep.
Either of you taking any action? Or
Um,
just movement?
just movement for me.
Yeah, same, just movement.
I'll ready an attack if it somehow gets close to me. Then I'll attack it if it's in within melee range. But I don't have a ranged weapon.
Okay, so just holding your action, trigger being as close to you.
Mhm.
Okay, and then initiative. Raja, roll for initiative.
Four.
5.
Somebody check his dice. He never rolls this good.
I flashed it before he even called it. Let's see. He will make another. Another bite attack as it lunges forward. Its tongue slaps to the ground right next to Vantalord. Pulling itself in, it will make another bite attack on Vantalord. Not the individual I personally want to attack, because your AC is so darn high. Oh, 22.
That does hit.
Yes. 1d8 and 2d8. 2d8. That would be 8 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 1 point of acid damage.
Alright.
As the acid starts to eat away lightly at some of the armor.
Well, let's see here. Let's just do this while I'm thinking about it.
And that brings us to the party. Anyone want to go? Mimic will go
I'm
again.
gonna go.
I feel like
Oh,
both Bannerlord or Raja are like the first up here. I feel like you're going by the.
Right. I was.
I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm angry because you've now damaged my armor. I am gonna cast my Searing Smite, but this time at 2nd level.
Okay.
So 2d6 worth of damage initially. It just does. It's one of those hits. 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And then you still have to do your con save on it.
So we'll see how this goes. Con would be a 16.
Dang it! Ah, I want that thing. And now I'm gonna string it with my sword, but another nat 20 on my next dice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to
Okay.
confirm.
Yep. I rolled a 19. Oh, so close!
Okay. Roll your damage.
Alright.
Without your modifier, tell me your damage without your modifier.
The damage without the modifier, I rolled max damage at 8. I'm
Okay.
like rotating between like 4 sets of dice right now.
So
So with my modifier, it becomes 12.
you have a +4 for your modifier?
Mhm.
So instead, your sword, you quickly shift, flinging it back and striking inwards. You see a great opportunity to just plunge it into its tongue and mouth, causing a total of 28 points of damage. Quickly
No one
retrieving your
Damages my
sword back.
armor.
And do you stay
Is it
there?
Not dead.
Yeah, I'm staying here.
Good call. So I just counted the HP damage you guys did. Vantlord, as you strike your sword into its mouth, tell me what it looks like.
I am furious. I am yelling at this saying, I want my armor back. No one ever steals it. And I'm literally coming through and I'm hitting it like you said, square on as fast as I can, jabbing my sword into it, purposely taking off its tongue as I do such thing.
You do so, and the tongue flips around, landing a few feet away from you near the wall, as the whole creature just lid shuts, teeth baring, eye rolls back, and it is dead.
I would like to open it and take 4 teeth. They're still there.
All right, yeah. You walk over to it, Raja. It is for sure dead. You open it up, and you're able to just grab it, and you pull 4 teeth out of it. 4 mimic teeth.
Quick and so specific. Why 4 teeth?
Right?
Necklace.
It's got to be even.
And I need 4 in case I mess them up. Because I'm just gonna combine a whole bunch of different teeth.
There you go.
I'm just gonna like slowly walk over to it and go, like reach out and sort of poke it with my staff to make sure it's dead and go, and this is why I don't loot every chest we come across.
I still got loot from it.
Yeah,
Always find the opportunities.
I think Vantalord's armor would maybe disagree that it was good loot.
Yeah. Ash says that I think I have like a canteen of water on me. I'm just gonna pour it on my armor just to get the acid off.
Okay.
Dang it! Now I gotta find a blacksmith.
Dang, now I gotta find a blacksmith. Are we still mimicking people?
I look over at Jubilee. I'm like, we were never mimicking anybody. That was a good joke, though. I'll give you that.
That was so unbelievable.
Raja would like to go over to that door and just make sure that it's locked.
You push it slightly, you grab
Or
a
that
bar.
it's-
What's that?
Is it locked?
No, you grab a bar and you push it slightly and you see that it's not locked. It's still
Okay.
closed, but you do confirm it is not locked.
Then I'll just take a peek around the corner. Because there's that.
Do you want to go tell the
corridor
rats
on
about
the other
the
side.
food, or no? That are we not doing that, Raja?
No, I kind of just want to get out of here as quickly as possible now. Like, let's just leave, and then we'll find them eventually.
I'm just gonna do this.
Or
I'm gonna
they'll
walk
stumble
back to the
upon.
nest. I'm gonna go back to the nest where we were, and I'm just gonna yell. We found food. It's down here, and I'm walking away. And I'm just gonna yell at the top of my lungs, hoping that it echoes.
So while he's gone
I
for
hope
the
you didn't
next
get their hopes up just for them to die. Oh,
well
They're
he's
still
gone
gonna come
for,
down here and find food, and we're gonna pray that they don't die.
well he's gone for the next couple minutes. What do the rest of you do? Do you just wait or
I'm blocking to that gate.
Yeah, I'm ready to start heading out, I think.
Me too. I mean, I feel like we're in the middle of a gauntlet here.
I'm gonna go collect the elderberry syrup from my tap.
okay?
We'll never get sick.
yeah, I'm gonna just look around the corner.
Okay. So you open up the door?
Yeah.
You open up the door and take a look around the corner. While they are heading out, you do see another room down the hallway. From where you are currently, it looks to have a slight glow on the inside. You can see that there is a passage out to the other side of that room as well. Inside this room, from your angle, you do see various different aspects of nature, although there is a skeleton on the ground as well. You do see that there's leaves and colors, a very autumn look to this area with fungus and a soft glow in this area.
Okay, so if I go stand in the doorway, can I pick up anything alive or moving with my blind sense? It's okay. Within 10 feet.
No.
Okay. Even if they're invisible.
That's a nifty skill. Awesome use of it, but no.
Okay. Yeah, so it's with it. You have blind sight with a range of 10 feet. Within that range, you can effectively see anything that isn't behind total cover. Even if you're blinded or in darkness, moreover, you can see an invisible creature within that range unless the creature successfully hides from you.
Nice. Yes, you cannot.
Okay.
What about the other two of you?
Following right behind.
Okay. And Jubilee?
I would be happy to kind of step my way in if Raja will let me pass. And see what's
No, I'll
going
just
on
go
the
with
floor
you.
in there.
Okay. Each of you step in. Meanwhile, Cricket and Vantalord do make their way back and forth. While Cricket collects the syrup, Vantalord goes to the end. You hear him yell, and he comes back from the nest. As you guys enter into this hallway, you see them enter into the room. When you enter the room, this is what you see. You see that this room has broken crates or shelves or something to the left. Immediately in front of you, you see a skeleton that is in the shadows over here near the exit of this room, as well as some weapons, armor, and a chest over to the right. Acorns, leaves, autumn-like trees all fill this room. You see these couple pillars in the center with these trees growing out of the tops of them. The ceiling on this room being a good 40 feet high.
You said 40, like
I'm gonna go
40?
search the chest.
Correct. 40.
That is a tall ceiling. Okay.
Yeah, that's huge. Do I see any plants in this area that look unique or interesting?
So the two of you both approach. As you do, Raja had made his way over to the chest. You looking into this here room, Cricket, go ahead and roll a perception check.
17.
17. You notice that on the far side, you have to scoot over a little bit to the right. It looks like over behind that pillar to the left, like you notice, what was it? A nightshade plant. It's not very big, but from your readings, your skimming, you would know that it's mature enough, and the lighting in this room is actually perfect for the growth of this plant. It's some nightshade petals.
I would like to take them.
Okay. So you make your way over that way. What about the other Rihu, Vandalord, Jubilee?
Going over towards the shiny things to the right, armor in the chests.
Okay. You make your way over by Raja over here.
I'm gonna stay near the center of the room because after that, an encounter with a mimic in a chest, I'm a little bit more cautious.
I was just about to say I want to stand like 15 feet behind them in case this thing wakes up.
Yeah.
The thing. What's the
However,
thing?
I do want to investigate
chest.
the floor. Do I see any footprints or any like claw prints or anything like that?
No, you don't. You do see along the floor that there is actually a viable layer of soil. Especially being a dwarf, this would be soil you wouldn't want to dig into it. But as far as growth for any kind of plants, vegetation, it is a very rich soil.
As I look down the hallway, do I see anything?
As you look down the hallway, and as Cricket is making her way over to the nightshade plant, you notice that it looks like there's, even seeing the pillar that's in front of you, you see some kind of hall, some kind of pathway that goes forward, a pillar that looks like there's probably a way to walk around it. You can see that it's not a dead end. And you can see that there is some kind of light illuminating from above that pillar.
Well, I'm gonna go first of all, I'm gonna go investigate that skeleton.
The one over here sitting up?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're making your way forward, Raja, you're over by the chest. Vandalord, you see various different weapons. For the sake of it, you can say that they're all light to medium. You got battle axes, you got long swords, you got javelins, spears.
What's the condition?
all of those. Well, if you're over there. But Raja, Rihu, you see the condition of them as being decent. The environment they're in, and Vantalord, you even recognize this because you're thinking about your armor. The environment isn't moist. It's perfect for these plants, so the metal's not rusting. So all of the condition is worn but not bad on these weapons. Raja, the chest itself is locked. The armor that is over here is pretty beaten up. It's definitely seen some better days. But the weapons themselves are worn but not bad. Vantalord, you begin to move forward, and Cricket, you're in this area where the Nightshade is at. You see it and you move towards it with just glee, knowing that you have an opportunity to collect it fresh. As you do, from around you, immediately, directly around you, a cloud begins to... A bit of a green haze begins to float up around you. Go ahead and make a DC Constitution save.
Uh-oh. Uh, 18.
18. You manage to save. However, you do still take damage from this toxic fume that's brewing around you, or floating up around you. As you see this fungus creature move out from the grass. This here guy. And he starts to release these spores around you, and you take 8 points of poison damage.
Stay away from this fungus cloud thing over here.
And it not only releases that cloud into the air, it then also follows up by running towards you and trying to bite you.
What? Get away from me, you stupid mushroom!
And to hit, it is a... I mean, your comment is very suitable. It's a 5 to hit. As you kick it away, like...
Yeah.
But it is constantly trying to aggress towards you. So what do you...
Is it my turn to...
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other ones, or is it, like, now that I've seen this kind of pop up, do I see if there's any others around, or is it just this one that I noticed?
You notice this one.
It's kind of cute.
We should make it a pet.
I know!
He's not gonna ever do damage, he'll just follow us.
Releasing toxic gas into the air, that's not that great.
Most
That means
dwarves do
nobody
the
will
same
ever
thing
follow
after
us.
a buffet.
Is it an animal? Probably not.
It's a
probably,
fungus.
right?
It's a fungi, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's not an animal.
No.
It's a plant.
Yeah.
Dang it. I purposely didn't take speak with plants and I took speak with animals. Mistake. Oh.
Don't fungi have an intelligence though?
Right, but I
Or is it a
can't
different
speak
spell?
fungus, can you? Yeah, it's a different spell. It's a different spell. There's speak with animals and speak with plants. Oh gosh, I don't want to kill it, but that really hurt. breathing in that poison.
Can I kill it?
No, I'll kill it, and then I can harvest its organs. All right. I'll try and hit it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh again on the thing, just so it's a prickly quarterstaff. That's a 13 to hit.
All right, where'd you guys go? 13 hits.
Uh, 12 damage.
Nice, you get a solid hit on the fungi guy.
Solid hit on it. It's still alive.
Oh, it's still alive.
It's a mushroom.
Oh yeah.
What? How sturdy of a mushroom is this thing?
Yeah, I just gotta give you this angle. Yeah, no, it's still alive. You hit it hard, and you see that it's affected, but it is not dead.
Hey, some little bit of help over here, please. This is a really strong mushroom.
I'm coming.
I step around the corner, pull out my crossbow,
Okay.
and I'm gonna fire an arrow at it.
Let's hope you don't roll low. So as you fire that crossbow bolt,
You're gonna shoot it?
you're
It's
gonna
a
shoot.
mushroom.
He's gonna shoot the thing by your feet.
Yeah. Hey, I rolled a 15.
15 hits.
And where's my D8? Let's choose this guy. I haven't used you yet. Huh. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
That's with the modifiers.
So the bolt pierces into the fungi. You see it protrude out the front end cricket, almost hitting your foot. As suddenly, Vantlord, a green plume of toxic fumes rolls up around your feet. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I still have my second attack.
Okay.
I rolled a 19
19
plus. No. The
That was
Constitution
his
saving
half
throw.
save.
Oh, that also saves.
Okay, so
Does he
now
not
to
take
hit,
half damage like me?
Yep.
and that is a built 20.
To hit?
Yep,
Okay.
and 4 points of damage.
All right.
All right, so the Constitution saving throw, and I'm guessing poison. You said
Yeah.
I'm immune against poison, just so you know.
How come everybody's immune to poison? What
I
is
don't
it?
know, but it
dwarf.
sure is kind of
I'm not
sucking.
immune, I just have advantage against it.
Yeah, and I'm a dwarf. It's a racial ability.
I believe it's poison. Yeah, it's a poisonous cloud.
Are you?
So not only
immune
did I
right now?
not only did I beat my con save, I have the immunity against that even.
Seeing the skeleton does now make sense why he is sitting there dead.
Yeah.
Jubilee, you said you ran up and you wanted to do something. Now you see
I'm
these
going to-
two.
I was going to cast Firebolt.
Which one?
Which I don't know, whichever one is closest to me. I guess I can go pretty far with it.
They're
We
both
cast
pretty
one,
close.
right?
One's by. Can you see him?
Oh, there's two of them.
The one here,
Oh,
and one that just
uh,
popped up behind Vandalord.
I will do the one right behind Vandelord.
Okay.
All right, that's going to be 16 plus 7 is math. I'm bad at it, but I think that hits.
That hits.
16 plus 7 is 23.
And then 2d10 fire damage. That's gonna be 16 points of fire damage.
16.
And if it is flammable, it ignites and stays lit until it puts itself out.
All right.
Like the spore.
What's that?
Like the spore cloud. Just
The air is purified. Rihu and Raja, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna break the chest.
Well, and first I want to grab that spear that I was reaching for. That's right in front of me.
Yep, you grab the spear. It's yours.
Okay. Just a normal spear, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yep. Perfect. I broke my last one when I tried to jump off the top deck and something, so
That's
needed
right.
a new one. I mean, I'm gonna turn around here in the commotion, right? And start moving towards over there to see if they need help.
Okay. 15 feet will get you here.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything?
With hard to tell the spatials, is there enough room to get in between anybody over there, or does it seem pretty like full?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to squeeze into this area, you could probably fit between them. Otherwise, there's the other one back here as well.
Okay. I'll go for the one back there.
Okay. Are you moving up to it or striking from a range?
I'm gonna move up to it. I do have a 20-yard range with the spear.
Mm-hmm.
But I will. I'll go about 10 feet away, and then
Oh, okay.
try and hit it.
Right about where you were.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm a
Roll to
little
hit.
hurt. I don't want to get too close. All right. Okay. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay.
From now on, everything's gonna be like 23 to hit with a con save of 45.
I rolled it's a 1d6 plus 3 to roll a 6 and 9 points of damage.
9. Man, your spear going through this toasted fungi already. You penetrate through it, and the thing is not moving. It's dead.
All right.
Mix of fire and a complete skewering, and it being on fire. This thing's toasted, burned, dead.
Okay.
Raja. What are you doing, Raja?
Just for my imagery, by the way.
Yeah.
Is the body still on the end of the spear while it's burning?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah. It is still on fire for a few more seconds. Like, yeah, it's still on fire. It's like a marshmallow that's burning.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay.
I'm gonna take my rapier.
Yep.
Not my rapier. My Morning Star.
Yep.
And hit the side of the top of the chest.
Okay.
So that if there's anything in there, it won't break.
All right. All the creative ways by Raja to open up a chest. Morningstar.
Well, if it's a monster, it's gonna do damage. If it's not, I'm not gonna break the items inside.
The rest
I'm
of the group
hitting it
is
from
in
the side of the
combat. Raj
lid.
is just breaking open chests. Okay.
Yeah, he has priorities.
Protecting you from a mimic, right? I mean,
The mimic would just
mini
sit
mushrooms.
there, though. The mimic's not going to attack it unless you touch it.
well, yeah. So you hit the box, and sure enough, it breaks and it opens. Not a mimic. And I'd imagine you wondering what you find inside.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna go leave. Leave that there.
Inside, you find a couple pouches, and even real quickly, just opening them up, you find different kinds of components on the inside. Different kinds of herbs or other types of. There's a couple liquids in there. There's just small little vials, just small vials, and then some other plant-like substances.
Okay. I'll go give all that to Cricket.
Well, you can't give it to me yet. I'm being attacked by this poisonous cloud mushroom.
Oh. I'll throw a dagger at one of the mushrooms that's still alive, whichever one is there.
So your turn would have been opening. It would be hitting that and. grabbing all
Oh, that
that
is,
stuff.
yeah. Are we in initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a loose initiative, but yeah.
He's really focused on the chest.
Van
Oh, is
Lord
there
knows.
combat happening back there? Oh, no.
It's perfect in character. Roll for initiative. I think that was everyone. Cricket.
I'll roll.
Two.
Oh.
Two. So again, another plume of cloud. You see a face of fury just come across this little tiny mushroom with these little tiny eyes, just, and this fume starts to be extruded out of its head.
He's so cute when he's angry.
So go ahead and roll another saving throw, and that saving throw was a Constitution saving throw.
Just me?
For
Actually, it's gonna be you. I would say Vantalord too, but that's pointless.
yeah.
That would be you, Jubilee, Vantalord, and Raja. All three of you. Jubilee, Raja, and Cricket roll a Constitution saving throw.
19.
19.
Passes.
19.
16.
Passes and passes.
We all rolled 19s. Hey, that's funny.
Oh my goodness.
I rolled a 16, so
Yeah, I thought you were immune.
I do have resistance against it, but it takes half and then half again. So I take very little damage from poison.
You're resistant,
any
not
at all.
immune.
It's like 3
Oh, he's
quarters.
resistant. Oh, okay.
And he
okay.
saved it, so that's why.
He's resistant.
Yeah. So this cloud of green fumes the spores start to spread through the air as each of you just kind of cover your mouth and are not affected by it. Go ahead. Party's turn.
Can I put
Alright,
a blanket over it?
That's up to you guys. Raja, if you want to take that moment and run in.
You
I'm
wanna
gonna take that.
You want to put a
actually-
blanket over it, Raja?
Yeah, I want to keep it.
I think
But
I see what
in
he's
a
getting
blanket, it won't. The spores won't be able to
at. I see his logic.
leave.
I see your logic too, but I don't know if we have the capability to
So
do
you
that.
just want a bag that you're gonna be carrying around that if it gets slightly open will poison you?
Right.
Well, then I'll kill him. Survival of the fittest. And dominance of the weak.
Sure, you can try.
I'll give him the shot to try it. If he misses, I'm gonna swing my sword at it. I really want to see this fail. I want to see it go up miraculously as a fail.
Go ahead. Roll
Would that
for
be a sleight of hand?
roll to hit because it's more of a grappling. And do you have
Okay,
a blanket?
I wasn't
and
sure
what are
because
you
I'm not
using?
grappling it with my hands.
Yeah. What are you using? Do you have a blanket?
Well, if we go to inventory, I have a bedroll, so I'm assuming there's a blanket in there because I'm guessing sleeping bags weren't invented.
You're gonna sleep without a blanket for forever now because you want to carry this thing around.
He burns a little hot.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
So yeah, go ahead, use your blanket.
I can just.
Roll roll your
What?
attack.
Why is one day of rations 20 pounds? Who eats that much food?
Have you ever seen a dwarf?
What am I using to hit though?
Strength, athletics or athletics.
Fast and oh, that's only slap. Okay. What did you say? Acrobatics?
Or athletics.
Athletics?
Yep.
There is a big difference here. Okay.
Yep.
16.
Say,
16.
acrobatics is dexterity, I thought.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
I was about to
one
have a
strength,
plus
one
10.
dex. You got a 16?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I got a 12 and then 16 here.
Yep. So the blanket, you snatch it up in the blanket. Here's Raja now, the group, standing across this autumn hallway. This room that seems to emulate a second season inside of this druid lair. With another chest open, weapons found, the beauty and at the same time the horrificness that autumn and death of a season brings. Rihu has his new spear. Jubilee, her newfound power in Witchbolt. Cricket, both entertained by fungi and annoyed by them. Raja with a newfound pet and a couple teeth of a mimic. And Vantalord, slightly irritated, his armor is slightly damaged.
Slightly? I am very irritating that my armor is damaged.
And yet, looking over at a dead corpse,
patient.
realizing, whatever. What's up,
No.
Raja?
To amend for my sins, Vantalord, I'll give you a flask of holy water that I just have in my inventory, and a holy symbol. I don't know what
I
holy
like it.
symbol, it just is a holy symbol.
Well, thank you.
And did you give her those bags like you were saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
I gave her everything in the chest
So you have those.
because it was just plant stuff, right?
Yep. Cricket, you see that one of the vials is another vial of the syrup, the elderberry syrup. And the other one you don't recognize. It looks like it has more of a reddish hue when you hold it up to the light. You're not quite sure what that one is. But you do see that it has more of, instead of more of a dark purplish blue like the elderberry, it's more of a red color. Very distinct from not a healing potion.
Also, just so you know, Rory, in that journal, I've been bolding it.
Yes,
if
I've
I
been watching.
find, Yeah, if I collect it.
Yes, that
just
is
so I can
awesome.
track it.
That's awesome. Likewise, you can also make notes as if you're reading through it and you go, oh,
Yeah.
comments. So as the five of you stand in this room, you know that in front of you there are other unknown areas as well. Which, with much found and unknown, what lies in front of you. And with that, we will end tonight's session.
A lot of action tonight. I like it.
3
There was
fights.
a
Yes.
lot of action today.
So many fights today.
And still no bag of holding.
And having Jubilee who can actually do some big damage now.
Oh,
Yes.
Do you remember back in my bard days where I couldn't do anything?
I do.
My damage was like -1. It was getting health back every time I looked at the enemies.
It
I
was
mean,
like
to be
crocodile. I
fair,
don't remember
you
your face, and you're
always-
like, fair
you
enough.
always looked cool while you were doing stuff, though. Like you did do a lot of things while on your hands. Like that was cool.
That is true, except now I don't remember that I was ever part of a circus. So now I'm just like a goth clown living my best life, and I'm confused
wait
about
till-
why I'm doing it. But
I can't wait till we get out of here, and at some point, I'm sure we'll run back into like your parents and Mornduk or like other people, and you won't have any memories of them.
it's going to be so weird that they'll recognize me and then I won't recognize them. Oh wait, no, like
No,
the
they
whole
won't
world
be.
does the whole world have no memory of Jubilee?
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. Because
It's possible. Or it could be that there's a local effect.
Well, more
Whatever Rory
was
decides will be
a
the
demon,
most
so I
torment.
feel like
What's
he would
gonna
be
happen?
affected.
That's about
And
it.
of course, then you get Vantalor that now has the feeling on, that the power and healing between the two hands. Like, what the heck?
You do get everyone before the session wraps up. As the moment settles, the leaves settle to the ground. As each of you see Vantalor, that aura that's around him. It's not so much that it's widened, right? The aura from him isn't like the light is glowing further. It's still just an outline around his body. But it's like it's denser. It's darker. And yet there's times when there's streaks of silver that run through it, almost like it's combating with the darkness, running around his body. As you see these inside the ore, these sparks of silver, of gold, of like a bronze color. You see these different sparks of these different colors twirling and swirling with the aura that is around him. Still not visible to you, Vantalord.
Not surprised.
Roger would like to ask Vantalord if he's had any cognitive dissonance lately.
Raja, I'm surprised you even know what that word means. I don't even know if I know what that is.
College.
Raja is suddenly a therapist.
You're right. Raja's got a degree we didn't know about.
I just look at him like, I broke that last contract earlier today, and I feel okay. Just a little mismatch between the two sides with the ring hand, and now I can also do healing in circles. But other than that, I feel
That's
fine.
the exact definition. You have two separate things going on, and you don't know which one to go with.
Yeah, I feel fine.
Raja is now rogue fighter, PhD in psychology.
Yeah.
Rogue fighter therapist.
And how does that make you feel? No. Do you know why
Every
you
time he
want
hits, how does that make you feel?
Feels great.
Jimmy was a study on psychology.
Yes, you're right. Oh, now everything makes sense.
If you go
Oh,
back and
shit.
watch that clip and you think about psychology, you'll see a lot in there. So with that, we will wrap up, and let's quickly go ahead and run through the stars and wishes. Let's start with, let's say Vantalord. What are your stars and wishes?
Oh man, I love the fact that Ryder's still staying true to that his whole MO of wanting to ride anything that's weird. I love the humor of that. That moment's got to go to Ryder flat out. I still think this dungeon's big enough. I still want a bag of holding. Just because I'm kind of weird and twisted and I've got ideas.
No, we cannot put Raja in the bag of holding.
Oh, that's not what I'm planning. Don't worry. That's not the idea.
That would kill him.
That's why you have to become a therapist, so then
But we
you're on
can
his good
put him
side all
back
the
in the
time.
gem. I think I might be able to get him out without breaking it this time. We should do
Put the
that with
spore
the
thing-
fungus. Yes. Oh, it might not work. It's not a human. Like, remember, it didn't work on the animals, so it might not work on them either.
On the mushrooms?
Mhm.
So
What
yeah,
about the mimics? We could've-
that's it.
Pokeball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rihu, what is your star and wish?
Okay, I think I had a couple stars, but I'll go with cricket. For when you selflessly sacrificed yourself to save Bear when the slithery creature was coming through. And then wishes. I don't have any particular wishes at this point because I feel like some of the storylines are really starting to converge, like with some of the clues and things we're getting. So, and that's really what I was hoping for, is to start seeing some of these, to get moving on some of these storylines we started a long time ago.
Okay. Let's go to Raja.
My star would go to Jubilee, especially for the carrion crawler. Tons of damage. And just bringing a lighter mood to the game, even though she's a goth clown. Still somehow the happiest one of everybody here. And then I think wishes would be, I don't know, because I want to see more of Raja's storyline, but where I came from, I don't think we're at a level available for that kind of storyline. But I also want to get out of here but we've also been able to take care of everything in here. But in the outside world, it's kind of a struggle. So I don't know if I want to leave, but I do at the same time. It's like in here is easy so far.
You know, if you just have some personal
outside world.
self-reflection on your internal and external struggles, that I think you just pretty much explained that right there.
I love it.
Cognitive dissonance.
Today's word of the day: cognitive
Yeah,
dissonance.
exactly.
This
Welcome
week
to
on Blue Box.
where not
Yeah.
only do you watch people play Dungeons and
You get
Dragons,
a
you also get a therapy
psychology.
session.
Yes, exactly.
Jubilee, your star and wish.
My star is going to go to Vantalord for always sticking to his exact storyline for his character. I feel like
He always has this like very like solid idea of who Vantalord is, and like because Jubilee's all over the place, and like we all have moments of, well, I just want to do this, like as a player I want to do this, but you're always very true to who Vantalord is as a character, and that's really cool. You're very like solid in what you've built for him and how you have him act and how you have him interact with things, so I love that. And then wishes, I think I would love to know if anyone out there remembers Jubilee. If she runs into anyone again, what is going to happen in any capacity? Morin Duke, her parents, the circus, like, do they know who she is? Do they have no idea? Is she just an enigma to the universe? We don't know.
My question is, did we forget everybody Jubilee was related to as well? So like her parents and Morin Duke and all that?
No, because you guys remember that you were at the circus. You just don't remember that I was there with you.
Right, but maybe we don't remember your parents either, though. I mean, they're just circus
Oh
people.
yeah,
to
like
us.
anyone who
like
has any association
right.
with me, it's just like the ties are cut.
Yeah.
right.
So like we might see Morin Duke and he's just another guy.
Well, I think we probably still remember all the things he did to the other people, because
Yep.
that wasn't just
Well,
a
I mean,
Jubilee
we'll remember
thing.
fighting him, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Like we fought him. We
Yeah,
know what the
that's true.
contracts are, things like that.
Yep. That part you guys know. Like you, OOC, you guys know. You were fighting Morin Duke. He was evil, controlling people, still breaking the contracts. All of that. Now, you just remove Jubilee from that storyline. And that's your guys' take on that whole situation. It might be a little bit foggy of why did you go to the circus to fight that whole like that eludes you. Pinning that down to a little bit, like, oh, that's odd. Why do we do that? But we did it. Cricket.
Well, let's be honest, Raja was more in it for Ignacia.
Yeah, I mean, you got that. You got that drawing you in. Cricket. What is your star and wish?
My star will go to Raja because I just have to respect the commitment to the loot, the dungeon looting vibe that he has been throughout the whole time, especially in this place that we've been. Every single chest, crate, shelf, anything, and like, I don't care if I'm gonna get bit by a mimic, I'm getting it, whatever's inside. Digging through the nest to get a skeleton that happens to have a gold pouch on him, like, it's just great. I love it. And then my wishes, I feel like I'm just having a great time. Like, it's been super, super fun recently. One thing I guess maybe that would be fun to do is, I don't want to forget about the were-rat people. So like, whether that's, you know, us going back to help them find a way out or figure out how they, yeah, especially now that we know one of them has an estate. I'm like, hold on, we could use that. we could use a nice place to land for sure. So yeah, just circling back to them at some point.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, ironically, each of you gave a star to each of you. So that's pretty cool. So we'll just say that we'll go ahead and give 250 XP for the stars to everyone. And then I guess we'll wait another 7 sessions.
Is Rihu level 6?
Oh yeah, Rihu.
I'll have to wait till a long rest though.
Yeah, we're never resting again.
Another
No.
7 sessions, you know, just...
Oh no.
And Vantalord, why don't you end us on a good note?
Okay, you want to end us on a good note. So I gotta say this: if you're watching and have not followed, if you followed and have not subscribed, if you subscribed and your subscription has lapsed, and finally, if you are currently subscribed and not part of our awesome, fantastic, engaging Discord community, we have one question for you today.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
With that, oh, you know what? I probably should have. Go figure. My timing on this was slightly off. So let me go ahead and find.
Start the raid.
Start the raid channel. Let's
Oh,
find
are we
our-
gonna do jazz hands again until the
yeah.
raid starts?
Oh, it's our thieves can't. Don't forget.
Thieves camp.
Yeah,
That's right.
thieves can't.
Thieves
And
How dare
can't.
you
where
swear at me like
is
that? No.
J?
Jazz
I gotta
hands.
switch to spirit fingers. I was chopping wood today and my wrists are tired.
What?
There
It's like
he is.
I started hitting the gym now 3 days a week, and Friday was arms day, and my
Hey.
shoulders are just killing me. I'm down 3 pounds though since I started, so
Start raid. There we go. I don't know how long this is gonna be. Look for.
Oh,
the
this
it's
is-
like
this
30
is long.
seconds.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It's long.
So I've definitely. So recently, we have now chickens at our house.
Oh yes,
Oh.
Yes, we have 10 chicks,
Yeah.
and we're pretty sure one of them was a rooster that was pecking at the other ones. So we separated that little guy out, and I tell you what, Skylar, as my witness, it is able to escape different areas.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
So your chick is a rogue too.
Oh, he's been getting out of things. Yep. The
Like
other
my,
one's
uh,
not.
Ivory lab.
This
I-
is
Like
the
my Ivory
goofiest-
lab, he's been
this is
chasing
the goofiest
chipmunks.
thing.
This is like okay.
I have.
We are so far unhinged when it comes to some of the weird stuff that we do. It's ridiculous. I
I
love.
love this. I love that we have whole conversations with each other while doing
Yeah,
jazz
let me
hands.
tell you about my day. Oh, my